In March of 1974, Grandmaster Buzz Durkin opened up his karate school on Main Street in Salem, New Hampshire. It was on the backside of the Garabedian building. Until I got out of the military in 1976, is when I really started going there because of bringing my brothers there and, maybe visiting some friends. But I'd sit there and watch a class, and Sensei Durkin would come up to me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Just to be cordial. He didn't really, try to talk me into doing class. Just watching it, it's kind of sold itself. Just sitting there watching the class, it was like, hey, I can do this. And next thing you know, I'm in class, I'm doing it. It was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. Actually, the second best decision I ever made was to stick it out for 4.5 decades now. If anything, it's been a very positive thing in my life, and I wish that everyone could have something like this in their life. Having something constant is very important, and this gave me those two things. So I'm grateful for joining and sticking with it. I think the most enjoyable time I had was in 1985. We went to Okinawa. We had a summer camp. There was 125 of us. We flew to Japan, then to Okinawa the next day. And it was a fabulous experience for me. I got to train in some really iconic sensei's dojos, Sensei Yanamini, Sensei Nakahodo, Sensei Shinjo. Of course, the main headquarters in Futima with Master Uechi, and Kane got to watch my kata, which is really cool. And that's one of the experiences I really hold true to heart. And I got to do with a bunch of dojo mates, which is great, and my sensei, and other iconic people like Jim Maloney, Bob Bethany, Art Rabisa, Van Can, all these guys, George Mattson, that I always looked up to. So that was one of the great experiences that I had. Well, the tournaments here in the States are a lot different than the tournament back there. They do everything one thing at a time. So they have this huge stage, and everyone sits around the stage and they watch the one kata or the one weapon or the one kumite. It's just done differently. Here in the States, we have like 10 rings going on at the same time, and which is good because we want to be efficient and get through the day. But there, they take a lot of pride in it, and each match means something. And they try to make it unique for that person that's up on the stage, and to give them that respect of, we're watching you, please show us what you have. I also got to fight in the all Okinawan karate tournament, which was just fantastic. I got to fight the reigning champion, Sensei Miyamiya. He had won it 3 times, and he was my last fight of the day, and it was just surreal. With all the excitement that was going on during that time when I was fighting Sensei Miyamiya, there was just a lot of energy in that room. And I remember being up on stage and fighting Miyamiya, and I remember Sensei Durkin saying, "That a boy, Dan, that a boy, go, go, go." Just being there, absorbing it all, it was just a fantastic time. If anyone has a chance to go to Okinawa, at least do it once in a lifetime. Training in the martial arts has been very positive for me. It's been my constant. I enjoy going to classes once a week, and I enjoy, connecting with these people that have the same goals in mind. And it's the only place where you can go and actually have a positive experience. I can't think of one negative experience I've ever had training in the martial arts, whether it be in the dojo, at the competition, or just in general. I can't think of one time. Well, I've been training for 4.5 decades. The more I train, the less I know. It's a type of thing where you're constantly learning. You're trying to develop yourself. You're trying to get better at what you're doing. You train, you learn the movements, you learn how to punch, you learn how to kick, you learn how to defend yourself. But then there comes a point where after a long period of training, you wind up teaching, which of course reinforces what you've learned. But that's basically the essence of the journey or the path, is to learn from a beginner and become a black belt or proficient black belt, work your way towards where now you're starting to teach someone else. So it's kind of like you become the student, and then the student becomes the teacher. And just passing on that information is so important to the understanding of it, and also for the other person that's beginning their path, is trying to get them to be better than you are. And that's ideally what a good instructor is designed to do, is to make their students bigger, better, stronger than they were. I love being on the dojo floor with my karate kas. My sensei, Grandmaster Buzz Durkin, Len Burrows, Judy Durkin, Neil Stone, Dave Kelly, Tracy Rose, Paul Trickett, Ray LaFleur, you can go on. And if I missed anybody, I love you all. Just all the guys that kind of make me worth wanting to go down to the dojo every weekend or every class to cross arms with these guys. And I know all these young kids that are coming up, and I do mean kids because I'm getting a lot older, but these middle-aged people that are trying to get where we're at. They have to understand that it takes time to get where we're at. You can't just do it. You have to spend the time. You have to walk the path. And it's a long path, but the reward is tenfold. So just keep going, keep plugging away at it. You'll get there, believe me. If you stop, you'll never know. So please continue, keep moving, keep learning, keep passing on what you've already been taught. I know I tell Mr. Durkin this all the time. I want to pass on the passion that was passed on to me, because that's what it's about, is to pass that along. I have so much knowledge, I don't have enough time to teach it to everyone, but at the same time, if I have those little pockets of moments where I'm working with the student and I can make them understand something a little bit better, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to hold it for myself so that way there I can have something on them, or I know something they don't know. That's not what it's about. It's passing on what you've learned. And that's where I'm at. And that's where most of us that are testing for 9th or all these 10th degrees, or even 8th, 7th, and 6th degrees, we're at that point now where we're passing on what has been taught to us. And we're constantly learning, so we're still passing on more. I want to thank my family for supporting me after all these years of training. They know it was the one thing that I enjoy doing. And my wife as a 4th degree black belt, and my son as a 3rd degree black belt in uechi-ryu. So that's a testament of how much they support me. And of course my daughter Melissa, I love her. I just want to thank everybody that's been associated with me in the martial arts, whether it's within the uechi world or outside the uechi world. I made some awesome friends. I've been training with Grandmaster Matt Brown, and he's been phenomenal, world worth of knowledge in helping me along my journey and giving me some avenues I never thought possible. But that's what it's about. It's teaching each other. It's connecting, networking, trying to understand pretty much everything that you can about it if you want to be proficient about it and have a lifelong study of what it's supposed to be. If you take care of the art will take care of you. And that's what it's about. It's just trying to elevate yourself higher than you can possibly think of. And by keeping that balance of mental, emotional, and physical, you can't go wrong. You'll always win. So just keep going at it. Never stop. Never settle. Keep that passion alive. Keep that passion burning, that fire burning in your training in the martial arts.